Hey internets, it's Jake from Mini Terrain Domain, and this is not episode 43 up the river like the title said. For some reason, I said we had tech gremlins in the chat, and apparently they persisted. I know what I did. I'll fix it later. We'll fix it in post. This is actually episode 44. It's just a phase. Spider.
What a title.
I told you last week that's what I was going to call this episode.
It's still great.
So, we're going to play this game here in just a few moments. As you can tell, we're working with a little bit of a skeleton crew tonight, but that's okay. It's never stopped us before. Yeah, so we'll get going here in just a moment. Quick note about the fact that this is episode 44. Next week will be our 45th series episode, but counting our interludes, that would make next week our 50th episode.
Yay!
Which also happens to be our 1 year anniversary. So,
Yay!
I don't know what we're going to do in the way of celebration. I might come up with some way to reward / mess with the players in next week's game, but we'll figure something out. But it's been pretty exciting that we've had this game going for a year, and by the math, we've only missed 2 sessions in a year. That's outrageous. I don't know many games that can say that they've done that. So yeah, and I've enjoyed it the whole time, and will continue to enjoy it. So, announcements. I'm going to make them short. Be sure to check out our sponsors, Talon and Claw. You can hit exclamation point MTD Claw in the chat to check them out. And use code MTD Claw at checkout at Talon and Claw to get 10% off your order. Be sure to check them out. Sorry, I'm like discombobulated for some reason. I think the the title's being wrong threw me off.
Hey, don't let the last play throw off the next play, Jake. Come on now. Winner mindset. Let's go.
Are you trying to motivate me with sports?
Yes. Oh, yeah, shit. Never mind. I forgot.
Wait, I'll pretend you were talking about playing Magic cards.
There you go. Sure. That'll work.
Right. Anyway.
You roll the 1, Jake. The next one is just as likely to be a 20.
Right. Speaking of 20, if you look up above where Jordan would normally be, you'll see a plus 20. And for domain tomes, those are things that you, the viewers, can have a little bit of an influence on simply by subscribing, resubscribing, gifting subs, $5 tips, cheering 500 bits, all that good stuff earns them domain tomes that they can use for things like gaining advantage, rerolls, or making me reroll. But I've got 5 limited edition tomes that I can use for myself. I can use Helping Hand to gain advantage for myself. I can use a little bit of Halfling Luck, spending 3 tomes to reroll. Or I can counterspell with 5 tomes to counterspell one of their attempts to make me reroll. Haven't done it yet, but we'll see. There might be death saves involved soon, and maybe I want somebody to really die. I just want to put a little bit of fear in you.
Mission accomplished.
You can't die in D&D. Come on.
That
sounds like a challenge.
Yeah, it is a challenge directly.
Don't you dare.
How many characters you got on standby?
All of them.
Okay.
Even born.
All right. We are going to do a quick one last message, and I'm just going to get into the recap so we can play this game. Just real quick, I want to remind everybody that you matter. Your presence here on this earth makes a difference, whether or not you believe that it's true. It can be a struggle sometimes, but you need to know that it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to have struggles, but you do not need to do so alone. There are resources available for you, and you can at any time type !help in our chat that will bring up a URL for findahelpline.com. It's an excellent free resource. All you have to do is put your location wherever you are in the world. Put that in that form field. Hit enter, and various help services for your area will show up. Please bookmark that for yourself, for a friend. Save it, and just know and remember that you matter. With that, I think it's time to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Woo! Let's go. No sports.
Let's see. We're going to go with a little bit of a recap here. Let me cue up some music. Recently, you have completed a 5-day journey by sea with Captain Virgil Stark and crew aboard the Sinful Dragon. It was 5 days instead of 3 because of a storm. Various troubles at sea that occurred, not least of which was Assyria transforming into a werewolf while locked in the brig voluntarily during an attack that also happened at that time. There was a lot of blood drawn and sword clashing, and well, some people's blood was up and love was in the air, in more way than one. But eventually you were brought to your destination along the coast, which was the mouth of the Winding Waters River, which you have approximately a 3-day journey up a river to the town of Myrene, which is the last bastion of civilization before you head up into the mountains to Vermilion to look into this platinum mine. The survey team leader, the dwarven woman Manistrad Copperlocks, provided a magical boat, a folding boat that at a command word unfolds into a boat that is 10 feet wide, or 8 feet wide and 24 feet long, has plenty of room for everybody, a small cabin. One thing,
it's a boat in a box.
It is. And one thing I would like to retcon, because we somehow completely forgot about the fact that back at Baldur's Gate, you all loaded your horses and your cart onto your boat. Those are on this boat. Your cart is tilted on its side at the back of the cabin on the boat, and the horses are tethered. Makes it a little bit crowded on the boat, but because in addition to your party of 6, you also have Manistrad. You have Kahlo is part of that group as well. You also have the various members of the mining team. I'm vamping again as I try to find them. You have Manistrad, Kahlo, Rose, Apple Blossom, Raywind, Silverthread, the medic, and you have the Rack and Cracks dwarven sisters that are along with you. On this second evening, you stopped a little bit early so that Vorn and Tira could do a little bit of hunting. Surprisingly, Mizia did some fishing and caught several pounds of delicious fish. But Vorn and Tira decided to go hunting, and they've been tracking a little bit larger game. They were on the heels of a giant boar when the boar charged at them. Tira quickly pushed Vorn out of the way and took the charge in the hip from the boar, taking, I believe it was like 18 points of slashing damage from this.
It was 18
from
points.
This boar.
My God.
At which point, lying in the ground, the two of you looked over and saw a blue and white spider that had been chasing this large spider, leap out of the tall grass and thrash and stab and kill this boar. The air shimmered on either side as two more of these phase spiders phased into existence. And that is why, for the first time in quite a while, we are going to start this session with a roll for initiative.
Yay!
So give me one moment to pop that up, and we're gonna roll for a couple others here.
How many tomes do we have?
24.
Oh,
Which
yeah,
the
I'm
audience of Scribes and Scrolls Candlekeep Mysteries can always buy for us with bits or donating to the Ko-Fi.
I think you can type exclamation point domain or domain dice. I forget which one, and I'll have all the goodies about that.
How much does it cost to roll with advantage, my man?
Roll with advantage is 1.
All right, I'm gonna use that.
Hate to break it to you, Ricky.
What's that?
You might not beat a natural 20.
All right, let's see.
We'll see with my power. Whatever I roll, it's gonna be single digits.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be nah. It'll be great.
All right.
That's gonna be a 10. So I got 10 with advantage because that's how we burn down tomes for no reason.
Yep. I believe I rolled a nat 20 to help push Vorn out of the way also.
Wow. You didn't even have to use a carry for that one, Tira.
Yeah, you're right. I sure didn't. I will buy us our requisite weekly carry.
All right, here we go. So I also need to check. You gotta give me a minute here. I did not open enough windows. Well, Assyria's not in the play. Assyria is unconscious still.
Yeah.
From that.
If you need me to play Assyria, I can play Assyria.
Assyria is unconscious, but Kahlo and
I'm
Mizya.
traumatized.
If you play Assyria, I'll play Soren.
Let's
Oh
go.
my god.
Let's do it. Can we do it?
They're unconscious, and they're not going to be conscious until Jordan is back
That's fair.
Boo.
for story reasons.
Wow. Jordan is in the chat, and she is pissed at this very conversation.
Listen, I can role play my ass off. So
All right, well, let's find out. Let's see what everybody got for their initiative. Let me start this encounter. And Assyria, I'm going to put at a 1 just because. Mizya, somebody roll a d20 for Mizya.
I got you. D20 for Mizya is an 11. I don't know what.
So
the
that's a
mod is.
+3. So, I have their bonus right there. So that's 14. Tira.
Nat 20,
22.
which makes it a 22, correct?
Doc.
13.
13. Vorn.
that's going to be a power 10 with the advantage.
Incidentally, for reasons, I've started watching this campaign from the beginning. Somebody roll for Kahlo. And the very first words you utter, other than your character description, the very first roll that you rolled, Ricky, was a power 4.
Let's go.
I was wondering where the power whatever came from, and it was your very first roll in this campaign, which you had one of the first rolls, if not the first roll in the campaign.
Who's rolling for Kahlo?
I don't know. I said
I
somebody.
thought you were.
I can.
I can roll for it. You got
Okay,
it?
why don't you? I don't want to do it all.
Okay. You want me to roll?
Let's roll a d20.
How does she roll? Does she roll digital or does she roll natural?
I rolled a 9 for Kahlo.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Jerry. Bro. Is it because our plan talked earlier?
Intercepted.
No, it's because I want to play some D&D, and by the time you fucking roll the dice, where it's going to be 9:30.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
I accept that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Gary, for making me better. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're going to hate this, Carrie. I also rolled a nat 20 for something.
Oh.
Make him re-roll it.
We don't have to. I'll be fine.
Okay. You sure?
Yes.
I bet it's the phase spider queen.
Tira,
Yeah.
you are prone from getting struck by this boar, and you've just seen the phase spiders appear. What would you like to do?
I want to get unprone first.
It costs
Can
you
I
half
just
your
get up
movement
as
to
one?
stand up.
Yeah. Okay. I will use half my movement to stand up. And I kind of just want to ready myself. And I want to yell for everybody back on the boat. How far out are we? I forgot. We went away.
So you were hunting for quite a while.
Yeah.
Geary, can you roll me a D4?
Yeah.
I have a quick question that is totally me and not Jordan. Do we still have bonuses from the Nelson's blood, which in my case was Dragon's Wiles?
I forget how long those lasted.
10
I thought
days.
it was
10 days? Then yes. That was on
Okay.
your first day on the ship. It's only 7 days since then.
Thank you.
I rolled a 3 on the D4.
Okay. It will take you 3 rounds, or anybody that's going to, if you hear anything happening, it will take you 3 rounds to get to where Tira and Vorn are.
Man.
I didn't want to figure out, oh, they're a quarter mile away. That's 1,500 feet. It's going to take you 15 rounds to get there or whatever.
That's reasonable. So I would scream for the others on the boat, just something like, "We've got trouble!" Like something like very generic like that. And I would kind of ready myself and grab my side, which is all bloody and gored.
And you're just
ready for
readying yourself for...
Yeah. If one of the phase spiders attacks us, I would like to attack back.
Okay.
Can I do that? Can I ready an action?
Yep, you absolutely can.
Okay. I would like to do
You
that.
have
please.
done so. You've told me your trigger for that. It is the face spider's turn. I want you to make me a straight charisma roll.
Me?
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have specified. Tira, make me a
That's okay. Thank
straight charisma roll.
you. Straight charisma is a 14.
One of the spiders of the 3 is going to attack you.
Aha! Well then.
The other 2 rolled really low. One of the spiders seems to, as they're sort of sitting there, the other 2 are sort of looking at the kill that the first one got. And then you hear the clicking of their mandibles and this sort of
Ooh.
as they're sort of leaning up, almost like rearing up. One of them sort of scuttles its body around and sees you there. It coming towards you will first trigger your held action, so you will get
Okay.
to attack it first.
I would like to attack it first, and it is a 10 to hit him as all.
You take a swing, and one of its large legs comes down and just bats your sword out of the way as it suddenly just does this lunge forward. That is a 14 as it attempts to bite you.
It does not hit me.
You manage to recover your sword, get it up just as its mandibles come in and attempt to bite you. And you just see him right in front of your face, this... or actually more, it's the fangs trying to come down. I know how spiders work.
Yeah, spiders do that.
So it's almost like you've put your blade up and you've kind of stopped the fangs as they're coming towards you, attempting to bite you.
Nice.
I would like somebody roll me a d6.
It's Ricky's turn.
Go. All right. I'm gonna throw a natural d6 with hand eye, which I never do,
Ooh.
and it fell off, so I gotta throw another one.
Wow. Fun fact, you gotta leave it on the table.
Facts. We'll get into like how I'm bad at rolling dice. That's going to be a 3.
Okay.
On the d6.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
How big are these phase spiders? Just out of curiosity.
Large.
Ooh.
That puts them at they basically take up a 10-foot by 10-foot space.
Great.
Oh. boy.
You're basically being attacked by Volkswagens.
Let's
My
go.
God. Thank
Um,
you for that real life comparison. That
yeah.
helps me.
Yep. Mizya is up next. And Mizya, with a nat 20 on the advantage perception, for a total of 24, you just hear, Doc, you hear, "Oh dear, I think our friends may be in trouble, Doctor." As you hear Tira, "We got trouble!"
Awesome.
The problem is, I don't see Mizya running anywhere.
Hop, hop. Piggyback. Piggyback.
Mizya will look at you, Doc, and say, "I will stay with Assyria."
Mm.
Okay, that sounds great.
It's your turn, Doc.
Damn it.
That's all Mizia says.
Oh my God.
I'll stay with Assyria. Mizya is not a runner.
So I'll stay with you then.
No, Mizya says, "I'll stay with Assyria."
No, I know what
Doc
Mizia
is asking.
says.
Oh,
Doc is asking Mizia, so Mizia is going to stay with Assyria, and then
Carrie and
Doc
I
is
are on
going to
the
stay
same
with.
I got it. I got
Thank you,
it.
Carrie. Okay.
Sorry, I haven't had to
Gotta be real-
interact.
You got to be real explicit with Doc, man.
I haven't had to interact myself as one of these characters with Doc.
Welcome to the chaos.
Doctor, I will stay with Assyria. You should go find Tira and Vorn. Post haste, meaning very quickly.
But aren't they doing relations? Will they want me to interrupt?
Oh my God.
If they are doing relations, I believe they are doing it incorrectly.
Oh, well, if that's the case, maybe I should show them how it's done.
Wow.
Using drawings, of course.
I was going to say. Doc is experienced.
I approve of this.
I totally have to self-edit right now because
I know how it works. I know how it works on a conceptual level. I've read books about it. Okay, I will go and so I will move my speed, and I will dash as well.
All right.
Cool.
Vorn,
yes.
you are... Hold on, let me get my round counter here. So we said that was 3 rounds, correct, Gary?
You did.
Yeah, that's 2 now. Okay. Vorn, you have just been knocked to the ground by Tira, who immediately jumped up, and you see that she is suddenly engaged with one of these bright blue and white spiders that has sort of shimmered and phased into appearance. What would you like to do?
Vorn first, he shouts to Tira, like, first, back to back. And if he can get back to back to Tira, we're going to do back to back. Can we make that move?
Yes.
At this moment, if you go back to back with Tira,
Yeah.
you will be turning your back on all 3 spiders.
But will my back be facing Tira's back?
Yes.
And will be facing the rest of the enemies?
Tira will be facing all
You're-
of the enemies.
As it
Okay.
should be.
As it is
Well, then-
right now, as in this
Okay,
exact moment,
fine.
because Tira is actively engaged with one.
I got you. I understand. Okay. So Vorn is first going to say a few things. Then he's going to telepathically throw his hand axes towards the legs of the spiders. Cool.
Okay, the one that's attacking Tira or a different one?
The one that's attacking Tira, of course. What are we thinking here?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to telepathically throw my axe towards the spider that's attacking Tira, and I'm going to try to get shoulder to shoulder with her. because obviously back to back is a folly here.
Shoulder to shoulder, you can definitely do.
Okay.
Solid.
Yeah. And I'm gonna throw one of my throwing hand axes with Do you want me to use telepathy or do you want me just to throw it?
You mean your telekinesis ability?
There you go.
That's your deal, man. You gotta decide what you want to do.
Fine.
Tira would respect it more if you just threw them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw them. I don't have
So
time
strong,
to gather.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna use advantage to throw. And
Domain
then as
tome?
yep, burning through all of them. That's going to be a 23 with advantage.
Okay. So that's throwing your first hand axe.
So the second one.
Yeah, I mean that's if you want to, or you can roll damage on the first one.
All right,
That
I
is
will
going to
deal
be a
with the first
hit.
one first. Okay.
Sorry, I'm jumping around looking at character sheets, trying to double check some stuff.
You're nailing it, bro.
So-
You're doing a great job.
Ricky, if you
Sir.
choose to use your psionic abilities, that's something you can choose to do in the moment, where you can do the psi-powered strike, which gives you that extra boost of force. So if you hit, you expend one of your psionic energy die, and you can deal an extra 1d8 damage on top of the hand axe damage.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. So
Oh,
then
that's
you'll
good, 'cause I
roll.
threw that's going to be a 5 on damage on the first axe.
Okay.
You said a 1d8?
Did you roll a 1 on that?
Yeah, not 1.
Okay. So 5 on that, and then roll a d8.
That's going to be a 5 on the second.
So
Right
that's
there.
10 total on that first hand axe.
Okay.
And you have 2 attacks, I believe. Tira, don't you have 2 attacks?
I do, but I didn't think I got to use them if I was preparing the action, and if I
Yeah.
used my movement, or no? Can I still have my 2? I only thought I got 1 attack if I was using like a prepared action.
We'll revisit that. That's one of those
Okay.
areas that as soon as you ask me, my brain goes fuzzy and I forget what
It's
the
okay.
actual rules are. Because I've done
okay.
it both ways.
Okay, that's
Okay.
well.
So, kind of as Vorn gets up and throws,
Sorry.
gets up out of the dirt from what Shira knocked him down with, and as he's getting up, he throws that first axe and does the damage as stated. So I'm gonna throw my second hand axe. You ready?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's gonna be a 9. Does it hit anything? Does it fly?
Nope.
into
The second one's going to miss as you
Okay. Okay.
throw it.
And that's fine because I'm gonna ready my big ol' axe and stand next to shoulder with Tira, and
It
I'm
looks
gonna
like the
say-
character art on our playlist. Exactly
go.
like that.
Exactly. Which does
And-
anybody but us know about that?
Oh, hey, check out the Vorn and Tira playlist on Spotify. You can search for it as Vorn and Tira.
There you go.
It's great.
It's a cooperative playlist made by Ricky and Carrie.
We should share that.
Anything else, Vorn?
And I'm gonna say, it seems like I won't get the chance to talk to you, but like the orcish poet Sean Book said, the best time for conversation is during battle. And
Oh my god.
that's going to be for now, and I'll wait until the next turn.
Oh my
Tira
gosh, they're
is-
gonna have a heart-to-heart during a combat.
Yes, Tira
How else
is
do we
very
do it?
turned on that he is spitting poetry, ready to go.
I gotta bring the bars now.
Sean Book, shut up, Gary.
So as Doc gets up and takes off running, Kahlo looks around at Manistrad, and Manistrad just gives a nod to Kahlo, and Kahlo just goes, "Well, I suppose I should probably go help if I can." It gets up and takes off running at a surprisingly quick pace for a turtle.
Wow.
Um,
Right.
Assyria remains unconscious. We are
Y'all have never seen like a snapping turtle go into a lake. Those things are fast. Maybe that's
They're
Kahlo.
very fast.
The phase spider that made the kill on the boar is devouring the boar. It's just ripping into it, or rather, it's not devouring it, but it's like jabbing its fangs in, like to make sure it's poisoned, and is beginning to kind of in place roll it up and spin web around it. The second phase spider is going to come into play. The one that's currently engaged with you is going to make an attack at Kira. 16 to hit.
That hits.
This time it gets around your sword and plunges its teeth into your shoulder, Tira. Both of its fangs go in, and you take 4 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Con save. Oh, it's an 8.
Oh no.
Reroll that, Carrie.
Gary!
Reroll it.
I never knew you cared.
Gary spending a carry? I mean a domain tome?
No, I think you had it right the first time.
It is now an 18.
Hold on, it's 3 to reroll.
Yes.
We gotta get that right. It's now an 18. Okay. You feel the burning sensation where the fangs bit into you, and as they pull out, and you feel like the area begin to heat up, but you feel your health is strong enough that you fight off whatever toxins this thing attempted to put into you. There's a scuttling sound. There's a scuttling sound, and actually, first, as this spider bites into you, both you and Vorn watch as the spider goes and vanishes.
As it bites in?
As it pulls its teeth out, all of a sudden it just goes and it's gone. But the other one that's not wrapping the boar comes scuttling over and is going to attack Vorn.
We should run.
Vorn, that's going to be a 15 to hit you. No, sorry, that's going to be a 17 to hit you.
It kind of hits.
It hits minimally.
It glazes.
That's going to be 8 points of piercing as this one comes in off to the side where you've thrown that hand axe and it bites into your arm. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Come on, Ricky.
Let's go. Let's see. Where is my con?
I
got it. Let's go.
What you got?
Oh, you mother.
Oh, no.
I'm going to re-roll that. I had an 8. I'm going to re-roll it.
Hold on, I got to reset the dice so I know where we're at.
Side note, I do believe I bought one earlier that
I put it back in after Ricky used.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I accounted for it.
Okay, God bless.
Y'all should be using advantage. What?
Hey.
What?
About time I do that. You give me a hard time.
Okay.
Have I given you a hard time?
So you're re-rolling
Not
that, Ricky?
Yeah.
Not today.
Not today.
Thank you, Gary. I'll use advantage in the future.
All right, what's the re-roll? Exactly the same number.
I hoist Vorn onto my back and sprint.
Tira, you watch as the spider bites into Vorn's arm. And
I get spider powers.
your arm immediately starts burning. Vorn, you take an additional 15 points of poison damage.
Ooh, shit.
And you are poisoned for the next hour. You have disadvantage on all attack rolls and ability rolls. You can add that on your character sheet where it says conditions. You can put poisoned.
No problem.
And this spider, when you hit it, or when it hits you, goes zoop and vanishes.
Okay. I
do you
have
do?
something I wanted to do, and I want you to just make a ruling. I want to grab Vorn and pull him, and I want to disengage. I want to run. We are out. We are outmanned.
Technically speaking, you are not engaged because the 2 spiders have vanished.
Right. But then I just want to run. I want to run, and I want to kind of bring Vorn with me. I want to pull him. Can I do that? Can I move like
You can
half
grab
my
Vorn.
speed
It's up to
to
Vorn
start?
if he goes with you.
Okay, I grab Vorn, and I would be like, we're outmatched. We have to go. And then I would start like pulling him, and I would like to run.
And Vorn, not quite being the mamsel in distress, would say, yeah, a tactical retreat is appropriate. And then I kind of like hawk up a giant green mucus loogie and hawk it into the forest on the side.
Yep.
So the 2 of
I
you
would
are going
sprint.
to take off running, and you're going to dash.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
going to be 60 feet. Okay.
I don't love that it's automatically like we're out of combat.
You're not out of combat.
I know.
I've just got to check something real quick.
Jake is really good at this, everybody. While
So-
Jake is doing math, check us out on spring.com at Mini Terrain Domain.
Tira, Vorn, make me a perception check. Vorn, you will do so at disadvantage because you're poisoned. Doc, you can also make a perception check.
Oh, I'm great at this, Jake.
I
Oh,
gotta.
And I will roll one for Kahlo.
I got a 16, natural 20 that got disadvantage.
Oh, I got a 17.
Yo,
So a 16, a 17, a 14.
I rolled
Doc!
a nat 20. I rolled a nat 20. I
Let's
got
go.
19.
He perceives.
Hold on.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
That means all of you here. A howling of a wolf from somewhere nearby, and it does not sound like Soren.
Ooh. Okay. That changes what I'm doing. None.
Okay.
I am still running because now we're being chased by wolves
So
and
Zmizia,
spiders.
Doc, second round. Are you still running towards the sounds of what you heard?
Yeah.
Because of their dashing, the 2 of you will meet up in the next round,
Nice.
unless something stops them.
Well, would we not? And Jake, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but would we not meet up at this point? Because we were 3
Technically,
rounds
no,
away.
because technically Vorn hasn't started running yet.
Okay.
That's true. Yeah.
It's
you're
just
right.
now. Vorn goes after you, so it's
Okay.
taking them a moment to gather up and
Sure.
start running.
I was
which
just
is why.
asking. No
No,
problem.
Good
fair
note.
fair
Good
enough. I
note.
took that into consideration.
Hashtag math. 2 trains leave leave a station at such and such.
As
spot.
Doc, you hear behind you, "Don't worry, I'll keep up." As Kahlo comes running behind you, just all this gear on their shell, just kind of clanking around,
I
and
love Kahlo so much.
I just imagine Kahlo looks like if you've ever seen footage of soldiers with like a full rucksack running, and there's just that whole back half is just shimmying back and forth.
Yes. And the rest of him looks like a moon man.
Assyria remains unconscious. As Vorn and Tira, you are now running back towards your camp. I would like you each to make me a perception check.
That one sucked. I got a 6.
Vorn, make
Jeez,
me a perception.
Another natural 20, but because of
God.
advantage, it's a 22. Thanks for burning me down. with poison.
Damn. I imagine Tira's distracted because she keeps like looking back at Vorn, who's lagging behind because he's poisoned.
So as this happens and you're looking back at Vorn, you see on the other side of Tira, keeping pace with you, scuttling along, you watch as one of the face spiders phases back in. It's pacing right alongside, and it cuts off to the side. And that's going to be a 17 to hit you, Tira.
Oh, that hits me, yeah.
So this spider sort of just does a drive-by, just sinking its fangs into you for 11 points of piercing damage.
Oh, I am fucked. I am in pain.
I need a Constitution saving throw.
I would like to roll with advantage, please.
All right, that'll cost you 1 tome.
I'm so sorry, Jordan. Jordan is somewhere disapproving of this. Okay, that is a 24 con check.
You're still holding off the poison that it is trying to get into you. Vorn, you see right on your heels, and Tira, you notice this as you get hit, that the other phase spider appears behind Vorn, and it makes an attempt to bite into Vorn, but as you get hit, you kind of pull him to the side involuntarily, and it's just kind of clamps, and there's this moment where it gets left behind a few feet before it kind of gathers itself up and is scuttling towards you. Tira, it is your turn.
Okay. I just want to kind of keep running. Is Vorn keeping pace with me still? Is he
Yes,
like,
and so is the spider that it bit you.
Yep.
I'm like on your heels.
Yep. I just want to continue to freaking run and urge Vorn to do the same.
Make an insight check.
Yeah. Insight check. That is gonna be an 8.
Okay. Fair enough.
Oh God.
I would like...
And I'm continuously kind of screaming for the others for help. And it's just kind of like single words because Tira's sort of out of breath, but it's like trouble, trouble.
All right, so with advantage, that's going to be a 22 to hit, which is going to be... Okay. The spider that is keeping pace with you, Tira, as you glance over at it, and you're not sure if you're going to be able to outrun this thing, and all of a sudden you see just off to the side as this spider is not so much running like, you know, a human or an animal bound. You just see this constant blur of these 8 legs as it's digging at the earth. It's churning up dirt and grass as it's scuttling along, and just past it, like a rack focus shifting, you see a sort of a grayish brown blur come out of the grass and just slam into, and you see jaws as a massive wolf leaps at the spider, clamping down on it and dealing a fair amount of damage to it.
Deus Ex Machina for the win. Let's go.
Meanwhile, Mizia is sitting by the fire with Assyria nervously. I think at this point, Mizia, they're just turning their pages of their book, but they're not even looking at it. They're listening as they hear these distant sounds of yelling and clashing. And Doc, you come bursting forward through the grass to see, running towards you, Tira, Vorn, 2 blue and white giant spiders, and a wolf leap out of the grass and latch onto one of the spiders that was on Carrie's side. The other one is at Tira's side. The other one is at Vorn's heels. What do you do? And I imagine Tira is bleeding profusely.
Yeah, I'm hurt. You can tell I'm hurt.
Okay, Doc is going to he's going to pull he's going to pull some black powder out of his pack, and he's going to snap his fingers with it, and he's going to point. I would like one of the spiders, to make one of the. Are they damaged? And if they're only lightly damaged, then I can't tell. That's fine.
No, the one you just saw the wolf bite into the one that's on Tira.
I'll do the other one then. May I have a Constitution saving throw, please? DC 15.
Con save on this spider. That's going to be a +1 base spider die. That is a 10.
So that is a failure. So the light around the spider bends and twists, almost like what Tira and Born would have seen when they phased out. And immediately surrounding the spider is a vortex, and it engulfs the spider, and it winks out and it moves 90 feet away from us, going back in the way that it came.
Wow.
What did you cast?
Vortex warp.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Nice.
All right. So that spider seems to... I just imagine for a moment there's the front 4 of its 8 legs sort of dig at the earth as it suddenly just goes and gets sucked into this effect and vanishes. Anything else, Doc?
No, he's just going to say, well, why don't you two finish the one that's left?
Vorn, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Be a man.
Born, like he stops running and he grabs both of his great axe with both of his hands, and he says, "No, not like this, not like these." And which I'm going to attack the closest spider I can.
There's only one.
He's only one left.
Then we're giving all in.
Yes.
That's going to be the great axe. And are you ready? Do you want me to roll with disadvantage because I'm poisoned?
Yes.
If I wanted to use one tome, I'd just be rolling a flat roll.
Yes. If you use a tome to roll with advantage, that would cancel out disadvantage
Then
and make you roll
that's
even.
What we're going to do.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Whoops, wrong button. Yeah,
I hope
that's
it works
right.
out for you.
Me too.
We need to be jonesing hard for more tomes, y'all.
Hold on.
We need the
I lost
adoring
my whole
public.
character sheet. All right, you ready? Here we go.
Yes.
That's going to be an 18.
Okay.
Oh.
That is going to hit.
Okay. And I'm going to roll the great axe with the d12. Oh, power. Can I? It's power 5.
It's okay. It's
Okay.
damage. It's damage.
That's your first attack.
You got more
I
than
can
one,
do it
bro.
again.
You have
Yes.
2 attacks.
All right.
And you still
Fighter.
have plenty of side dice if you want to empower your strikes at all.
Oh, I do. All right. How do I do that on the die?
So that's... If you look on your character sheet, under your features and traits, you have psionic power.
I see that.
And you can do those field psionic energy or psionic strike.
Okay.
I believe it's the psionic strike lets you deal the extra. You spend one of those dice and you can deal an extra d8 of damage to it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna roll. Then I'll fill a d8 afterward. How does that sound?
Nice.
Well, first you gotta see if you hit.
You'll hit. Don't
And-
worry.
That's going to be. Oh, I didn't roll a disadvantage. I don't want to burn its home down. Reroll
No.
that.
Nah, don't.
Yeah, we'll burn Tome down. 25. That's it.
Good boy.
Okay. So now you can roll your great axe damage and then roll your extra d8 on top of that.
All right, so that's going to be a 16 on the great axe.
Nice.
And then the d8 is going to land at a... Oh, that's going to be a power 1. Let's
Damn
go. Because I'm poisoned. I'm sick.
Vorn hits. It's just he's weakened.
Yeah, you swing your axe and you get a good solid hit on this spider. And you kind of, as you strike it, you use your mind to sort of push the head of the axe in a little further. You follow it back around, swing around that second time, and you can feel just that immediate, almost exhaustion, that fatigue. And so you push just a little bit with your mind again. It doesn't quite go, but you wedge the head of your axe in right between where the head of this phase spider is and the body. And there's an audible sound, this popping noise as you decapitate this phase spider. And it skids to the ground and stops.
You got it!
Vorn, like, his axe is in the ground, like face down, and he takes a knee because he doesn't want to lay down completely, and he like takes another like dry heaving, then like a puke, and it's gross and disgusting. And yeah,
you hear, well, y'all seem to got this taken care of.
I fucking love Kahlo so much.
And Vorn kind of like wipes the, you know how like after you throw up after drinking all night and you kind of wipe the spittle from your throat, and you're like, and Vorn goes like, barely.
Yeah.
And he's like, I need to lay down, and he's barely like.
Tira has seen this before. He's poisoned, and he's clearly got like battle exhaustion. So she would kind of grab his arm and like guide it around over her shoulder and be like, come on. And she's trying to be tough, but she's hurt very badly also.
And Vorn like whispers through disgusting breath and like, you know, vomit breath, like, I'm supposed to be your hero. And it's kind of like drifts off into like, you know, dead weight.
You are out of combat, but you should be aware that there is a very large wolf about 10 feet away from you.
As Kahlo arrives, and Doc is going to say, yes, thank you, I'm fine.
Jesus Christ.
Doc.
For the moment, Doc is assuming that this is a werewolf, and he is going to advance toward the phase spider, and he is going to kneel down, and with his large back to his friends, and he is going to do something obscured from their sight.
Ooh. Yeah, I would.
Well, Doc's up to his Machiavellian ways. Tira, roll me a d20.
13.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just kind of continuing to. I got my eyes on this wolf, and I'm just sort of like guiding Vorn like slowly kind of back to the ship. I'm trying to keep my body between this wolf and Vorn.
And Vorn quickly asks, and he can feel the light grip of his axe. He's like, is the axe in my hand still?
Yep, it's there.
Okay. I can fight so long as it's in my hand.
Yeah, I don't know if we have to. Don't do anything stupid.
You know me.
Huh. Exactly. Don't. And I just kind of am keeping my eye on this wolf and continuing to try to slowly guide Vorn back towards the boat.
as Doc is doing his work, he's going to talk to the wolf and he's going to say, "So what's your name?"
Right now, the wolf is sort of standing back and it's licking its lips, almost like a like if you've ever seen a dog with peanut butter, where they're constantly licking, or if you've ever seen an animal that like if a dog's gotten messed up with a porcupine and it's constantly licking at where it's been stung, and you see some of this almost iridescent blue blood of the spider on its mouth, and it seems to kind of be licking at that, like maybe it's got sort of a contact poison from it. So, but it's just keeping its distance and it doesn't respond to you, Doc.
Okay.
I need I'm going to say give me a nature check.
Nature check, okay. I will roll with advantage.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
You can do it.
Attaboy. Positive affirmations here at Mini Terrain Domain.
As he is undertaking this work that nobody else can see, his eyes are going to flash white as if he's lost in the moment, and all he can hear is the sucking sound of a dissection, and he feels a warm ichor up to his wrists, and he snaps out of it, and okay, 19, Jake.
The attempt fails.
Yep.
And it is ruined in the process.
Oh, damn it.
All right.
You were trying to harvest
there's no adverse effects. I would like Ricky
to
roll me 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll me a d6.
3.
1 is Doc. 2 is Kahlo. 3 is Tira.
Ah!
And I in case anybody wonders, whenever I roll for a random target, I base it on the overlay, starting at the upper left and moving clockwise, or moving left to right and top to bottom, which is how I get to that number. And I skipped
1, 2,
Assyria and Mizia because they're not here.
And Born because he was rolling.
What happens when you introduce love into an RPG is that people act irrationally. I'm going to act irrationally and re-roll it again.
What?
Oh God, Ricky.
That is not too
much.
That is not
so
eligible.
much HP, bro.
That is not eligible, sir.
I'm gonna say, because I told you the results of that roll.
Oh, you told me, yeah. Okay.
I said that I'm not. If I hadn't said yet who was targeted, I would have let you re-roll that. But I'm gonna say no on that one.
Okay. We respect you. You're a stern dad.
As you are holding Vorn up, and Doc is over messing with this other dead face spider, and this wolf is nearby and is just sort of watching what's happening. There is a moment where, let me just double check. That would be 3, 10, 13. This still wouldn't be enough. There's a moment at the last second where the wolf, suddenly its ears perk and its haunches or its hackles sort of raise, but it's too late, as immediately next to you, Tira, the phase spider that was vortex warped,
oh God,
appears
see it.
And as it comes down towards you, it sinks its teeth into the leather of your armor.
Oh, thank God. Oh, my God.
I rolled a 3.
There you go.
Wow.
Weak ass 3.
Wow.
So, well, it was actually a total of, I think 8, but, yeah, it's not enough for it, but the other face spider has just reappeared.
Ugh.
And
Okay.
I'm going to leave this to you since it's just the 4 of us. Do you want to power through or do you need a break?
I'm powering through. I'm going to kill the spider.
I'm good.
Gary?
Yeah, I'll get Allie to deliver me a drink and I'll be fine.
Ha!
All right.
Allie's a gem.
So,
You're not wrong.
this spider has just attempted to attack you. And it is your turn, Tira.
I want to attack it back. I guess I would like to rage.
Okay.
I would like to rage, please.
That definitely seems...
I'm pissed and I'm trying to protect Vorn and all my emotions are up. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and try to attack it with a 16 to hit.
That's going to hit.
Nice. Okay. So that is, 2d6 plus 4 plus, oh God, 9 points of damage.
Great, 9 points of damage is 9 points of damage.
Yeah, and I want to attack it again because I can.
Yeah, you added your bonus to your damage for raging?
Sure did. I know how to play this game. Thank you, guys. And that next one is a 21 to hit.
Also a hit.
And that, holy shit, boys, let's go. That's gonna be let's see, 15 and 17 points of damage.
Ooh.
You drive your greatsword into this spider.
Yeah.
And as you do so, you see the venom dripping from its fangs. And you see it on the end of your sword, like it's trying to phase, but it can't quite do it.
Yeah.
And click, click, click. Ooh, that's even better. It's a 9, 11, 12. Doc, you watch as an explosive burst of strength and speed, this massive wolf launches itself forward, leaps through the air, tackles this spider that has just engaged with Tira, and rips out a big chunk where its throat would be, tearing its head partly loose. Finishing the job for you, Tira.
Damn, okay.
And it sort of skitters to the ground, and you watch as the wolf grabs hold of the head in its jaws and just starts pulling and shaking like a dog with a pull toy, and until you just hear this ripping sound, and it rips the head off of the body, sort of shakes it violently, and then tosses its head, and this head just goes flying about 10 feet away into the woods.
So
now you are out of combat.
Oh my God. So Tira has her sword out. She's hurt. Vorn is there. If Tira would like eventually like stick her blade into the ground and like look at this wolf like straight in its eyes.
Make an insight check.
Yeah. Insight check.
So I
is
look
an
at
11.
him, and he looks at me.
He looks at me,
and I look at
and
him.
I look at him. That's an 11.
As you may or may not know, wolves do not like to be stared at.
I'm not making friends. I kind of want it to go away.
This wolf looks at you, and it sort of ducks its head when you look at it, And it, let me see. Yeah. You see when you look at it, Tira, this wolf tucks its tail a little bit and turns and walks away about 10 more feet and then turns back to kind of look at all of you.
Tira would nod in thanks. And she would say like a kind of a holy word in Orcish. Not thanking it, but thanking sort of nature itself for sending this blessing.
Tira, you hear, "Oh my, you do not look very good.
Yeah.
We should probably get you back to Doc Silverthread."
Yeah.
"No offense, Doctor," Kahlo says.
I love Kahlo so much. Wow.
So what are y'all doing?
I think I would eventually kind of like return to...
Doc is going to heal Tira.
Huh? Thanks. Just that's out of spite. Thanks.
15 points of healing.
Thank you. If I had to put a number on it, right now I'm feeling 41 out of 59 good. And I would kind of like go back to Vorn and I would look at Doc and be like, he needs help. He's poisoned.
And Vorn is going to put his hand up and be like, poison teaches us about our weakness in my tribe. I'll be fine. And just give me some water. And he kind of sits down and leans against a tree and kind of like sits and falls down to a sitting position.
Yes, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that right now. He's just going to have to tough it out. I could chew up some herbs and rub them on his face, but I think it's unlikely to do anything other than amuse people.
Besides, make me more ugly.
Yeah, I don't think that will help.
And Vorn, as he's saying it, hawks a giant loogie. Hey, how long is this poison supposed to last?
1 hour.
An
Okay,
hour.
yeah, we're fine. Just give
You've
me some
been
water.
poisoned for about 5 minutes.
I hand
I've
him a
been-
wineskin with
Yeah,
water in it.
I've been drunk longer than this. This
And
is fine.
the poison, I will say the poison makes you feel a little feverish.
Mhm.
It definitely hurts at the point where you got bit, and it makes your muscles feel very tight, which is like they're getting really stiff, which is why you have disadvantage on your ability checks. And
So are you saying that like I'm actually flexing more? As I am.
I didn't say it made them contract. That makes them feel stiff.
Damn it.
Yeah.
And
fine.
Tira would kind of go over to him as he's just sitting there enjoying his drink. And he's like, let's go, tough guy. We got to get back to the boat. Not doing anybody any good sitting here. And we should probably get on the move before more of those things come.
And
To be clear, it's you have set up camp.
Oh, never mind.
You set up camp
Oh.
at the last
Okay.
the last time.
My bad.
Put the boat away, and everybody's camping while you guys were hunting.
We should probably get back to the others. Safety in numbers and all.
And as Vorn is like first, can I have some water?
Yeah, and I hand him a wineskin with water in it.
And then second, it seems like I'll never get a chance to tell you what's going on. Tira, I fall hard.
Is Doc standing right there?
He's standing right beside Kahlo. And
They're definitely standing right there because Doc just healed
That's
you.
okay.
As
That's
Vorn,
okay.
as Vorn starts talking to Kahlo, he's going to turn
I am Tira.
and he's going to say, "Well, this is about to get awkward." And then he looks back at Vorn and Tira.
and Vorn is gonna say,
I'm knelt beside Vorn as he is sitting by his tree.
And
Maybe we should go, Doc.
And I look at all of them and I'm like, okay. And then, and he's going to just grab Tyr by her forearm and look at her in her eyes and trying to express feelings. And he's going to lift up. He doesn't have his goggles on because most of them are burned, but he's like,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I would start talking in Orcish, and I would say, we can speak like this. And that way they'll never know.
It's okay. Yeah. Okay. And Vorn gets all shy and self-conscious again, is like, even in Orcish, it's like, let's not hold up the grab. Let's not hold up the team. And then he's like, and this is not my best self. And he goes and he turns around and he kind of like, just give me a moment, the kind you do when you're too drunk at a bar, and excuses himself and kind of like does a dry heave.
Instead of kneeling next to him, I would sit then next to him, and I would look at Kahlo and I would say, Kahlo, would you mind escorting our friend Doc back to camp? We'll be along in a moment.
Not at all. Doc, we should really get back to the others.
The last time I left Vorn and Tira alone, I thought they would be okay. But then they got themselves attacked by face spiders and I had to save them, which was very, very awkward because I didn't even hear there was trouble. It was Mizia who said, I'm going to stay here with Assyria. And that made me think, okay, well then I guess I'll stay with you. But that's not what Mizia intended. Mizia said that I should go check on Vorn and Tira.
Doc,
because of course
think about it like statistics. We just got attacked. We're less likely to get attacked now.
I don't know that that's how statistics works.
Yes, it's the law of averages.
Why don't you tell me your thoughts on statistics while we walk back to the camp, Doctor? Is Kahlo sort of lightly tugging at your sleeve?
Pull him.
Not in a forceful way, just like a kind of, come on.
I mean, and then Doc will reluctantly turn around and he's going to say, okay, but based on what happened to Vorn's arm, it seems like he needs some instructions in the practical points of relations. And I had a drawing all written out to show him what goes where, but fine, I'll let him figure it out on his own. And it's going to be awkward for everyone.
I know what goes where.
Oh my God.
He kind of takes 3 steps into and he puts his hand on the
Tira's
trunk.
just kind of Tira's still very tired and pretty hurt, and she just kind of has her head back and she's just genuinely laughing. She's laughing from a very real place, and she's just laughing pretty hard, but kind of quietly. She doesn't want to embarrass Vorn. And then she would look over at Vorn after a minute and be like, I think we're alone now.
Yeah, but I'm not my best self. They would give different venom concoctions in my... Sorry.
Yeah, they did the same with mine. That's why I am okay right now.
By the way, you were magnificent. Magnificent.
Thank you, Vaughn. And I just kind of am patting him on the back and trying to be comforting. And I hydrate to dihydrate, Vaughn.
And I kind of reach for another swig of the water.
And I would just kind of want to sit with him while the poison works its way through his system and just talk to him and just kind of not even always talking to him, just sort of being there for him.
Yeah. Vorn's going to sit down and be like, take a posture that says I'm good, but, the kind of cold that men get when men get sick. And,
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This too will pass. Tira, I don't know where to start. It's It's a lot to work out, and the time we have before we get back in camp.
You can take your time. They don't know how bad the poison was.
Right? In a quick moment of clarity, and he's like, he looks at Tira and he goes, you really mean it?
Yeah.
I can't take another one. I can't take another. I'm too much in a vulnerable spot to just let me know.
Vaughn, I can't say it any clearer, and I can't make you believe me, but you have something that I've never found in another person. I don't know another good way to say it. You feel like home. And that means something to me.
And it means something to me. And I take you by the forearms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Both forearms.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then.
I would really love to kiss you right now, but you are very pukey.
Yeah, I'm... give me a day, give me an hour, find me some mint leaves.
I'll give you a day, and then I will kiss you whenever you want to kiss me, Vaughn.
Ha! And I'm looking for my satchel for pouch for goggles, and I don't have any.
And I would kind of put my hand on Vorn's hand, and I would just be like, you don't always need your goggles. I think you can see just fine.
You're magnificent. Okay.
And I would pat him on the chest and kind of sit back again against the tree and I'd be like, just let that poison work its way out to your system.
It's you. I can't ever work out of my system. And then I don't know, what does Ditto say in all of this?
Ditto's go, oh god, oh god.
Ditto hasn't said anything.
Oh, he's a bystander.
Damn it! I want to bail out.
No.
So Vorn's like gray and pale face. Vorn feels a mix of, he can't quite get the words together to say that he loves Tira back, but it's there, and it's just something that is hard for Vorn to verbally express.
Tira would at this point kind of crack her neck and sort of act like she's going to stand up, and as she's sort of in that crouch, she would kind of lean in almost like she's going to kiss Vorn, but then she would kiss him on his mark of shame.
Oh shit.
And she would like just stand up and be like, I'll be here whenever you're ready to head back to camp. And she would just sort of kind of like almost like a patrol. She would just sort of be walking around in the woods a little bit.
And then Vorn's gonna reach for he doesn't remember his name right now. He's gonna reach for a torn piece of cloth in his satchel and kind of wipe off the bile and all the crap he's been throwing up. How much time has passed?
I would say at this point, maybe 15, 20 minutes tops.
I was just going to say 15 minutes.
Okay, so
it's starting to get dark. Twilight is setting in. Because you guys stopped early so that you could hunt, and it was already getting towards evening. With everything that's happened, it is going to be proper night soon.
Okay, so what Vorn does is he walks up to Tira and he stands behind her, and he grabs her hand and he says, lead me back to camp. And it is a super rare orcish deep, like expression of like submission that I'm going to trust you.
To ask for help in any way is yeah, for sure. And I would gladly do so.
So as Tira and Vorn are coming back to camp, they
Holding
overhear
hands.
Doc
100%.
and Mizia talking, and it's gonna be they're gonna sort of come in to Doc saying, "What do you mean I'm Doc blocking Vorn and Tira? What does that even mean?"
Yes, dude. Oh my
I love
God.
Gary
Awesome.
nominates himself for inspiration.
Yes, I nominate. I second that nomination.
I will
I
give
third
you
that
a point
nomination.
of inspiration for that.
Thank you.
Third nominate that nomination.
As it should.
I love
be.
a well-intended pun,
Amazing.
especially when it's a double
Amazing.
entendre.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Tyr was leading, like, you know, I don't know how long Tyr wants to hold on to Vorn's hand as she leads him to the camp.
She would not make any. She would get him back to camp, and she would not like. It's not like as soon as we get back to the others, she's like that. Like she would She would maintain her hold on Vorn's hand as she kind of comes back into camp.
And then the last thing Vorn says to Tyr is like, "So it's true then." And that's the
Tyra
last
would
parting
just-
words. Yeah.
Tyra would just smile. She wouldn't say anything.
You come back to find you all come back to find the smell of fried fish in the air as the Rack and Crack sisters have taken and prepared all of the fish that Mizia caught earlier in the day, along with some other rations and stuff. Along the riverbank, they found some kind of river plants that can be cooked up almost like potatoes and greens and a little bit of seasoning, things like that. I mean, I'm picturing the Rack and Crack sisters when it comes to camping. They're kind of like Merry and Pippin. They're all about cooking up the food, and they got seasonings and stuff. And so there's the smell of cooking food. And for a moment, we see all of you around the fire. Tira and Vorn are exchanging looks. And there's just this general sort of calmness around the fire as people are eating and passing food around. And we see this view of the campsite, but seen glimpsed through tall grass from about 30 feet away, like somebody is watching.
Wow.
We see the firelight reflected in the wolf's eyes. And the wolf licks its lips at the smell of the cooking food, and it takes a hesitant step forward. And then it turns, and we see the wolf running through the tall grass, heading towards some trees. And then we see the wolf, its feet, as its paws are digging into the pine needles, as it's running in through this forest. And then as it passes by a tree, there's this moment of and this sort of stutter as the wolf's paws turn into the bare hands, knees, and feet of a human. They stumble forward a moment in the darkness. And then they walk to a tree stump with a hollow in it. And they pull out a bundle of clothing. They just glance over their shoulder. All we can see is their shoulder blocking most of their face, silhouetted. And then they turn and disappear into the shadows.
Wow.
For nighttime,
For the record, side chat. I did roll just in case, and I got a good roll on a performance check
Okay.
tonight. Tira is playing
Very
the
nice.
flute, and there is music in camp. There's your bard, boys. Tira has a respectable performance check. That's the side thing I've been working on.
I was looking to see if I had a specific music that I knew had flutes in it. But I don't think I do.
It's okay. I pulled that one out of my you-know-what.
So, who is going to pull guard duty this evening? I will say this.
You're muted, Ricky. If
By
you
the
volunteered,
time-
you're muted.
By the time you finish your meal, Vorn, you feel much better. The poison has sort of passed through your system, your muscles relax, and you are back to normal.
Okay. Even though I'm down at 26 points, I will take first guard duty. Because there's something about that small fish that pulls me back to a past time.
Aww. I would actually, I would volunteer to take either second or third shift. Even though I am also pretty hurt still.
Yeah, I'm taking first shift though.
Mhm.
All day.
I love between our side chat and our Discord, all the theories that are bouncing around about who that wolf is.
Well, you threw in that bear aspect, and it's got my brain just.
What
melting.
bear aspect?
Say it. Okay, I misheard you then.
When I said bear, I meant like naked.
Okay, I thought you meant. All right, never mind.
Nope.
Carry on.
I realized the confusion. No, I meant bear as in it turns into naked hands, knees, and feet.
Okay. There we go. Clear.
Okay. So eventually it gets to be to the point where everybody will settle in for sleep.
Yeah.
And Vorn,
Yeah.
you are on the first shift.
If I'm taking the first shift and I'm looking up into the sky, can I see any stars or not?
So sad.
Because you're taking the first shift, I'm gonna say yes. The moon isn't fully out yet. The moon was just full a couple nights ago, so it's a pretty big moon, but it hasn't fully risen out to sort of, push some of the starlight out of view. So yeah, you'd be able to see some stars.
And am I looking? I'm going to look for the constellation that me and you Surla, shared.
Make an investigation check with advantage.
This music sounds very like star searching music. It's perfect. Way to go, Jake.
All right, here we go.
Oh boy.
And that gets me at a 16.
It takes you a few moments. And then you find it in a completely different part of the sky than you were originally expecting. Because it's later in the year than you're used to looking for it. But you see it.
Vorn thinks to himself that I have been looking for these stars wrong the whole time. When I look with my heart, I can see them. And he kind of says out to the stars, to the cosmos, I'm sorry, but I've had to move on, and I've had to build on, and I could not hold on to you any longer. And just as he says that, the constellation fades away from his eyesight.
Born. And as you say that, you hear I never expected you to hold on. Clear as day, you hear it.
Oh my god.
Just a few feet away from you.
Does Doc hear it?
No.
I look around. Is there anything?
Ursula is standing 5 feet away from you.
No. What? What?
Jake, you gotta call a break, dude. I can't.
First it was Shatha, now it's this bitch.
This bitch, careful.
Sorry, no, you're right. This lovely lady.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Animal handling? No, I'm joking. Ooh, that's gonna be a 19.
Whoa.
Okay, that passes barely.
Whoa.
You see Ursula. But what you see as you see her form standing there, looking just like she did the last time you saw her, you see the last few points of light as if the starlight from that constellation that winked out were forming the visage of her before you. And you know, you see her, but she's not really there.
And I exhale deeply. And I don't have any words. I can't. I don't. It's too complex. Vorn says, I'm sorry I didn't find you. I searched for so long at the North Passage. I held on to hope for so long, it was tearing me apart inside. And then like a single tear drops off of Vorn's left eye.
She steps forward, and you see as she reaches a hand up to wipe away that tear, you can just faintly see through that hand, as she has sort of a spectral nature about her. And you can't quite, it's more like a phantom feeling, the feeling of her touching your cheek and wiping the tear away. Like I said, I never expected you to hold on to me for so long. But you haven't been able to let me go. Until tonight. I think you might be ready to move on.
And Vorn, without looking up, with now the tears are flowing out of both his right and left eyes, says, I think so. Be well in your journey. You'll always be important to me. And I'll always love you. And he just kind of closes his eyes and then does horrible orcish crying that sounds awful.
Aww.
While you close your eyes and are weeping into your hands, you don't see as this spectral image of Ursula walks over to where Tira is lying on her bedroll. And she crouches down next to Tira. And she kisses Tira on the temple and whispers in her ear, take care of him and love him more than I ever could.
Tira shifts a little bit in her sleep.
And before Vorn opens his eyes again, she just fades away, turning into pinpoints of light that disappear into the night. Eventually, Vorn, it comes time for you to wake up Tira, who's taken the second shift. And you realize in that moment, you and Tira are the only two awake. You also realize that about 10 feet away, Doc is leaning against a tree with his eyes wide open.
Is it time already?
It is. You feel rested?
Not in the slightest.
Yeah. Hey, do you mind if I spend a couple hours with you on your shift before I turn in? I'll be fine. The poison's left. I don't want to be alone right now.
Of course. And I say, if you don't mind me being on the move, I'm not much of a sitter. I like to patrol.
I get it. I gotta find my axes that I threw anyway. Okay?
And Tira would nod and grab her sword and get ready to take her shift.
And
go ahead.
As he stands up, he's gonna kind of like grab her by the form and says, "Wait a minute," and turns her around and I think now is appropriate. And then he's gonna lean in for a kiss.
And I would trust that he's been chewing his mint leaves and
hopefully
also lean in for a kiss.
And I look over at Doc, and after 18 seconds of kissing, I look over at Doc and I'm like, these are relations. And then I'm gonna pick up my axe and go follow Tira into the woods.
So as Doc is watching Vorn and Tira kiss, he's still in his resting state. So while he's awake and conscious, his eyes are open. He still needs to be more or less restful. So as he starts kissing Tira, he's gonna do one of these.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
And
awesome.
Vorn behind his back is gonna give a thumbs up back.
Awesome.
And as you turn and walk into the woods after Tira, Vorn, you just hear whispered in your ear from your left pauldron, "You're never really alone while I'm here."
Oh, God.
From Ditto. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Phenomenal. Wow. Yay.
Oh, man.
Holy shit. Good stuff, boys.
How is Romance D&D? That is so...
That's D&D.
Yeah, off the scale for me. I never played an RPG.
Phenomenal.
I wanted to have a moment at some point soon with... I wanted you to have sort of a moment with the memory of Viscera. So imagine my delight when you said, "I'll take the first shift, and then I'm going to look for our constellation." Oh my gosh.
It's perfect. Serving it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit of
Good job, guys.
a shorter, slightly shorter session. We got a little bit of a late start, and
A-okay.
we decided not to take a break, so I think we're still somewhere pretty close to the 2-hour mark for this one. Hour and 49, not bad. Hopefully next week, Brooke will have internet sorted, and maybe Dwight and Jordan can join us again. It's kind of perfect that Assyria has been unconscious all this time, because Assyria took on 3 points of exhaustion, and it's been 3 days.
Yeah.
And I'm really
Yeah,
looking
for
forward to whenever they're ready, whenever she's ready to explore, those implications.
What's going on? It's like that movie While You Were Sleeping, Sandra Bullock.
Right.
Classic.
So, once again, another fantastic session. Just a reminder for those of you that weren't here at the beginning, this was episode 44. It's just a phase, Spider. Next week, I'll come up with a clever title, but next week is our 45th sequential episode. But counting the 5 interludes that we did in December, that makes next week our 50th episode, and it is our 1-year anniversary. And in case anybody's checking the calendar, it's actually our 1-year anniversary 1 day early. The actual date that we started was on the 17th, which is Tuesday. But it's close enough that it counts for 1 full year so far of this. I had intended to do this previously, and then Gary asked about it, and out of spite, I delayed it. You are all level 6 now.
Hey, Mazel
So I
tov!
would like the 3 of you to go ahead and roll your hit points.
Hell yeah, baby.
And let's go ahead and we'll fill the last couple minutes with that as you all level up to 6. And I know Jordan's still in chat, so Jordan, you can take care of that for Syria, and I'll let Dwight and Brooke know as well.
I got max.
Nice.
My hit die is a D12, and I got a 12. Hell yeah.
Plus what? You have a 2 for?
Yeah, for
con?
my con. Is it con? Sorry, 3. So
3.
15.
So 15 more.
Wow.
You're getting close to 70 HP now, aren't
Damn
you?
right. I think I got it. I mean,
what's that, Ricky?
I rolled a nat 12 too. So
how did you roll a nat 12?
I just threw it. You can look at it.
Fighter,
in
you
the dice
got a
roller.
D10.
No,
My friend.
you're a fighter. You roll a D10.
Oh, boo!
What did you roll?
I rolled a D12.
Yeah, you roll a D10.
Can I do it with advantage? I'm joking.
You can spend a tome.
No. I'll just roll it natural. That's fine.
I'm at 74 max.
Nice.
Now.
I'm at 60.
Hey,
I thought you were going to say something else.
I'm not gonna argue with a 9. So
Okay.
Nope.
9 solid.
And it didn't matter for you guys, but you always get to re-roll ones.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not gonna let you
Awesome.
go get just a single point, even with your modifier. But if you get a 2, you're stuck with that.
Oh, bummer.
Next
that
time-
blows.
Next time I'm going to buy. I'm going to spend 500 bits, and I'm going to roll with advantage.
So, low key.
I have mindless rage now. That sounds cool.
Nice.
Now that so how many hit points do I get? Because I'm not really resting. I'm kind of running around here for like a few hours.
Well, you're still going to get your long rest. When we start our next session, you will have all long rested. So you can go ahead and hit that long rest button.
Okay.
Unless the 2 of you are going to take a point of exhaustion.
No,
Oh boy!
probably not yet. It's a slow burn, we've decided.
I don't know. The word love came out, and I'm point of
That's
exhaustion.
true.
Is all
yeah.
I'm down. So it doesn't
That is fair. That is fair. We will see.
You already gave the Orcus word for submission. On that note,
That's true. Hey, terrain domain.
on that note, I just sidestepped my own comment.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
I think we are going to send a raid over to Tildeloo. We'll send a raid over to Tildeloo. So thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. Thank you so much. And if you are somebody that likes to lurk quietly in the background during our chats or during our games and don't participate in chat, hey, we appreciate you all the same too, and hope you enjoy our games as well. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night. You've got your choice between I highly recommend checking out fortnerd.com at 8:30 for the finale of Dreadful Tales Arc 2. But I will also be over on Dice on Ice RPG for the finale of our Curse of Strahd campaign. Watch
And
one.
how long have y'all been playing
VOD. The other one we've been playing for almost 3 years.
Wow.
And it is the absolute finale and will probably
Wow.
end in one or more of us dying. I'm fully expecting it.
That's good.
Things have not been going well for us. The last session I was at 0 hit points when we ended.
Ooh.
Yeah, so be sure to tune in for that. Thursday night, of course, was the Dawnbringers. Yeah, I think that's what's going on right now. So with that, all that's left to do is say a huge thank you, as always, to these amazing players that I get to play this game with every week for the last 49 weeks.
Wow.
For 49 sessions so far. Thank you to Gary, Carrie, and Ricky. And though they weren't with us tonight, they were with us in spirit. Brooke, Jordan, and Dwight. Without whom, it would just be me talking to myself for a couple hours. With that, we're going to go ahead and end the stream the same way we end every stream. And you can say it with me if you want.
Your sweatshirt.
Metadata.